Peace, it's your boy G-Wild Monkey, keeping it 100 with you with Source. You already know what we be on. In today's video, I'm going to be speaking about occultism. Or should I say, my beginner's advice for beginner occultists and neophyte spiritual babies. I'm going to just put it that way. Do not feel lesser for saying that because we all start somewhere. And that's the harsh truth about everything. Now, when it comes to beginners advice, let me say this. There's no right and wrong way to start. You could choose how you want to start. But my recommendation is do not focus on what Witch Talk gotta say, what the light worker community gotta say, or just in general what the new era gotta say, because unfortunately, I am sorry, but you cannot rely on these individuals just because it's modern. It's necessary to go to the sources of what you want to study and what you want to accumulate in general. So it's necessary to do that. Now, what could I say to you on how to start? Well, my recommendation is if you are religious, or let's say this, if you are in a religious background, let's say you read Islam, you read the Holy Bible, or you read the Torah, or you came from one of these monotheistic Abrahamic upbringings. My number one recommendation that I wish I knew on the path was to keep these words, to keep these holy texts. Now, that sounds stupid. Yeah, it sounds very stupid. Oh, why should I keep this false tool for slavery? Oh, my people died over this shit. No, the fuck they didn't. They didn't die in the hands of a book. They died in the hands of the motherfucker who wrote the book. That's the thing. But the book itself is important on a philosophical, esoteric. It's a guide. The Bible is a good guide for that. It'll give you a lot of encryptions to decode a lot of shit that will teach you through storytelling. It's more metaphorical, more in there, it's there. From astrology to alchemy, from the alchemical marriage, rubedo, albedo, nigredo, they have true fucking wisdom. If you get into alchemy, if you get into magic in general, oh yes, magic in general. That's why there's Santeria, there's hoodoo, sanse, etc. You see what I mean? And so, by definition, the Bible is pretty powerful. So it's necessary to have one of these words. I myself read the Bible to this day. If someone invites me to church, I'm packing my shit and going to church because that's how much I have respect for everything, including religion. And yes, I hate religion too. Let me be honest with you. I hate religion. You see, I hate Christians nowadays. I hate them. And then they question me, why do I look all this? And then you don't get it. There's no need for me to give you an answer. You see what I mean? So do not denounce these words. They'll help you out. Just as the Zohar will give you a lot of Kabbalistic information. And speaking of Kabbalah or Sufism or any of these systems, let's say you want to work with deities, right? And you're very indecisive. You want to pick this pantheon and this pantheon, and let me tell you the secret. Some of these systems works hand in hand with other systems, or let's say this: deities of the Kabbalistic, the Jewish Kabbalistic system, like the archangels, the archdemons, and in general, the tree of life and the tree of death. A little known secret about this is that from what I've observed and understood from deities, for I myself have not taken any path working as of yet, whether it comes to the tree of life or the tree of death. So let me clarify that. But from what I've observed and what I've accumulated and from what I've heard from other deities, because I do get into the deity work, these two systems coexist with other deities from other pantheons. For example, The Kabbalistic deities, like I mentioned, archangels and then archdemons, fallen angels, etc. Did you know that the Egyptians had their own Kabbalistic system, the Kemetic tree of life? You know, they have their own sauce ingrained into their culture. And as well, they have the chakras, just as the Hindus have it. You see what I mean? So really, there's no right and wrong. There's no differencing knowledge that has been known since the ancient times. You see what I mean? So look at it that way. Set, Satan, adversary. You see what I mean? Horus. Like, you could get a lot of bullshit in this manner if you understand what I'm trying to get at with what I'm saying. But I'm going to leave that to be. That's a good advice I'll give to you. Now, this is my advice to everybody that starts out. Oh, yes, whether they believe this or not, I recommend people, because I get that hype when it comes to magic and etc. so forth. It's amazing. Oh, this or that. You want to be like this. You want to be like that. You see what I mean? What I recommend people to start out with is Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism, Tantrism, you know, Eastern philosophy. This is my number one crucial recommendation for neophytes, because it will teach you how to work with the mind, body, and soul. It will teach you a lot about reality as a whole. It'll take you to the depth of who you are, and it will remodel yourself in such a quick manner. The Kundalini energy, the chakras, a lot of it is misinformation, but a good book I recommend from Mantak Chia, which I've posted throughout millennia, or I should say, excuse me, I'm not that old. In my page, on my YouTube channel, there's a book called Awakening Healing Energy Through the Tao by Mantak Chia. This book will give you every ins and outs with the Kundalini energy and just in general life force. Now, when it comes to a lot of this shit, recommendation, do your homework, do your practice, and walk the walk while you talk the talk, and don't be a poser when it comes to this, because you may think you get away with lying about, oh, I did this, oh, I did that magically. Ah ha 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 ha. Just wait until someone taps into the astral realm, and just wait till someone snitches on you in the Akashic records, because that's what's gonna happen one way or another. So don't get all excited with lying and shit like that, because truth comes to surface. Truth comes to surface. But I'm gonna say that as it is. OGY Monkey, keep it in 100 with you with Source. You already know what we be on. Peace out. Stay positive. OGS for life. Peace out.